Okay, let's go. It's morphin' time. Hey guys, Wendy here, and welcome back to the Movie Couple channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing Power Rangers. Power Rangers is directed by Israelite, and it stars Dacre Montgomery, Naomi Scott, Becky G, R.C. Cyler, Ludi Elizabeth Banks, and Bryan Cranston. While this is a reboot of the 90s TV show Power Rangers, all the movie really did was use the same characters' names and made it an updated version of it, so it had a modern take. It didn't follow the show to a T, which I liked a lot. I walked into the movie wanting to just have fun. I wanted to see some cool martial arts. I wanted to see the updated putties, the Zords, and all that good stuff. I wanted to see Rita Repulsa, how she was going to be, and I wasn't disappointed. The movie doesn't waste any time to start on character development. They really did a good job to let each of the characters shine. We got an origin of Rita, we got an origin of Zordon, and I ended up actually caring a lot about these 5 characters. So I'm glad it wasn't just like, okay, 5 teenagers with attitude. They're all sitting in detention. It happened to all be sitting together in detention, and they all happened to go to the same place and find the power coins, and then bam, they're BFFs. Like, they had their struggles. They had to learn to become friends. They had to learn to work together. And I love that the movie really took its time with that, and it wasn't just like, let's hurry up and put these kids in the suits and, like, you know, put some martial arts in there and get it all action-packed. Let's talk about Alpha 5 for a second here, because if you watch Movie Talk, you know that I've been calling Alpha 5 some names. I'm calling him a pervy little robot. I didn't like the way he looked at all. I thought he looked creepy. But I also said, and this happened with Beauty and the Beast too, that I might end up liking him in the movie, because seeing a character's picture lifeless, it's one thing. Seeing it and hearing Bill Hader's voice in motion, in action, interacting with the characters was going to be completely different. So Alpha 5 in the movie was not pervy or creepy. He was a little smart alecky. He had an essence of the original Alpha 5, but like a more lively version of it, which I liked a lot. Like, he was just such a colorful character. For the acting, I certainly felt certain actors performed better than others. However, for the main 5 characters, and they're all, you know, up-and-comers, and I actually really liked all of their performances. It wasn't over the top. It's Power Rangers, so it had a bit of cheesiness, but it wasn't so bad where you're like, that's a cringy line. Like, they made these lines work, and it was so believable that they are indeed high schoolers. The only character I said that really stood out for me, and not in a good way, was actually Rita Repulsa. It was Elizabeth Banks. Now, I like her a lot, and I love how she looks as Rita, but it's like everybody was like performing at this level, like their energy, and hers was just like over here, just a little bit way more over the top. If you watch the original TV show and you remember Rita Repulsa, and she had some of these lines, and she was way more out there and a lot more cheesier, I would say, like, Elizabeth Banks, if that was obviously, it's the inspiration, I say she nailed it. But had everyone else not been so, like, on the same level and her over here, it wouldn't have been it wouldn't have been so noticeable. Some of the training scenes, like you saw in the trailer, when they were before they were in their ranger suits and they were climbing up like a side of the cliff, that was probably my least favorite scene, because what could have looked cool looked very obvious. Like, they're wired and they're just like, okay, we're going to climb up rocks and we're going to do giant leaps. And I know those stunts are not easy to do, especially if they're involving the actual actor, not a stunt double, because safety first and this and that. But it just looked, it didn't look good, and it wasn't convincing, but it was only in that one scene. And, like, we've already seen in the trailer, so it wasn't anything, like, it didn't take away from the movie itself. Like I said, it's just, you know, I feel like I'm having to nitpick at specific action scenes, and that would be the one I would pick out to say, yeah, that wasn't done so well. When they were in their ranger suits and they were, you know, fighting off the putties and stuff, that looked really cool. There were some pacing issues around, I would say, the second act, and it just started to drag a little bit for me. And I think because of that, like my energy level of the movie like dropped. So by that time I was like, okay, let's go, it's morphin' time. And then when they did morph and they had this could have been great scene of the five Rangers, the first time they were in their suits walking out together, it was a little bit anticlimactic. I didn't like the music that was paired with it, but I feel like I may be one of the few here because everyone else in my theater was clapping. I mean, they looked good walking out. It was just that the music really didn't match the energy that should have been there. So I was kind of like, they could have picked a better song. There were also some great Easter eggs for those of you who grew up with the show or watched the show. So if you're a true Power Ranger fan, you're going to be happy. Look for those. So to wrap it up, I enjoyed this movie. I had a good time with it. I found myself cheering when certain classic lines were uttered. And it's a nice modern reimagining of the original TV show. It was just the right amount of cheesiness when it needed to be. I liked how the suits looked. I am very happy that I really liked Alpha, how he looked. Zordon worked really, really well for me. I had a good time. I laughed. I felt for the characters when they were in trouble. And overall, I just really found it entertaining. My score for the Power Rangers is 7 out of 10. Well, you guys, that's it for my review. If you're seeing Power Rangers this weekend, or if you've already seen it, let me know in the comments below what you thought of the movie. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.